Shalom, shalom, family. This is Brother Adoniyah bin Israel of Israelite Heritage, coming at you once again with another video. I just want to get on here and just talk to y'all out there in the YouTube world. As you all know, I'm a man who is very serious when it comes to my faith, my beliefs, and when it comes to the word of the Most High and His truth. I, I like to believe every word from the scriptures is truth. The Most High is not a man that he should lie. So I know that his word is truth. And what I have learned in his word is that the so-called black American, the so-called Negro, the so-called Afro-American, so-called African-American, whatever you want to call us, niggers, nigga, coon, whatever you want to call us. I've come to find out that all those names that we were titled and are still titled today are bywords, proverbs and bywords that the Most High said that would come upon us, the children of Israel, the descendants of the children of Israel, because of our disobedience to Yah, the Most High. Well, when I look at it, and I think about it, just like the ox did in the documentary for the curses. It's a documentary that the brothers over at Israelite Heritage and the sisters put together. Very informational documentary. Very good footage. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. I'm always posting information on it on Facebook and things like that. But they broke down the curses of the Bible in Deuteronomy 28. You know what I'm saying? From verses 15 through 68, where a detailed outline that our big brother Moses, or Moshe, prophecies that was given to him from the Most High, that he told the children of Israel that would happen to them if they weren't obedient and they didn't follow Yah's laws and commandments and keep their covenant that he made with them. So basically, what I'm saying is that it's us, black Americans and Cubans and Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and all us, the Afro-Mexicans, us people who have been brought here to the Western Hemisphere by way of slavery during the transatlantic slave trade. We are the true children of Israel. We are the descendants of the Israelites of the Holy Bible. We are their descent. We come from their bloodline, and we all come from one of the 12 tribes of Israel. When you read the Bible, prophecy in the Bible is enough to show you and to let you know that you are the biblical Israelite. I mean, that's why the Most High gave us these prophecies. That's why he gave us the word, so that all the nations would know who Israel was. And all the nations would know who they are. Because the Bible also breaks down the table of nations in Genesis. So, I mean, when you think about it, we all know the story of Noah, Noah's Ark, as they teach in the so-called Christian church or the so-called church. They teach Noah's Ark, the story about Noah and his 3 sons and their 3 wives and his wife. Well, we know after the flood, Yah destroyed all people and all flesh except those 8 people of Noah's family. And after that, after the flood, it was Noah and his 3 sons who repopulated the earth after that. Noah's 3 sons repopulated the earth after the flood. He had a son named Shem, he had a son named Ham, and he had a son named Japheth, or Japheth, if you want to say it in English, but in the Hebrew, it's Japheth. Now, Shem is the forefather of the Israelite nation. He is the father of the Israelite nation and the father of the Ishmaelite nation, who are your so-called Arabs. But also of the Israelite nation. Then you have Ham. Ham is the father of the so-called dark races, or the Africans, as you want to call them. Ham is the father of your Egyptians, your today's Egyptians. Well, not today's Egyptians, but ancient Egyptians who were black. Also, the people of Libya, your Canaanites, your Ethiopians. These people come from Ham, the so-called African people. And then Japheth, as the Bible says, he's the one who fathered the Gentile nations. When you read in the book of Genesis, go to the table of nations and you'll see that Japheth is the father of the Gentiles. All the Gentiles came from him, the other nations. That's what Gentile means, which is a Hebrew word, goyim. Goyim means nations, the other nations. And yes, Europeans or so-called white people come from Japheth, who was also a black man. You see, the people in the Bible were black people because the first man and woman were black. Adam and Hawa, or as the world calls her, Eve. Hawa is her true Hebrew name, which means mother of all living. So, here's the thing. The thing is this. Shem's seed, who are the Israelite nation, the Most High said, he gave prophecy in the word and said that the children of Israel would lose their identity. They would lose their identity and their heritage and their culture, and that they were going to go into strange lands. They would be brought into strange lands as captives. And they're going to serve their enemies as slave men and slave women. But he also said it was going to be done by ships. I mean, come on, people. What other people on the face of this earth went into slavery by way of ships other than the Atlantic slave trade that's well documented in history that happened to me and my ancestors? I know for a fact that my ancestral bloodline goes back to slaves here in America, because I've been told by my elders in my family that yes, we had slave ancestors. And those slaves who came over here on ships were not Africans. They were brought from the west coast of Africa, true indeed. But they were not African people. They were Middle Eastern people of northeastern Africa. Yes, that land is called Africa, but the country they came from was not Africa. Africa is just a continent. The country they came from was Israel, Jerusalem, or Yerushalayim. That's where my ancestors come from. That's where I descend from. Israel. I am a Middle Eastern, so-called Middle Eastern man with the Western mindset because I was born and raised here in America by way of slavery.